All right, here's some more about the foci, or the focus rather, and the directrix of parabolas. And so actually I want to start with a little graphic here in GeoGebra. And notice the blue here is the parabola. The point C here is the focus. And the black line here is the directrix. And these two red lines are just points, or sorry, rather line segments from the focus to just a point on the parabola, and then a line segment from that point to the directrix. And you can see here they're both 5, and as we kind of move this point around, they're always remaining congruent. So right there they are at 1.48 each of them. And that is, again, they're congruent. Those two segments are always the same, and that's how we get the line here for the parabola. Now the other part I want to get you focused on is notice where the vertex is at. The vertex right now is at 0, 0. The depending on where your focus is from that vertex, we can tell fairly straightforwardly where the directrix is and vice versa. And so let's go back over to the page of your notes here. And the pictures are pretty bad, if I can be honest. And so I do apologize about that. What it's trying to say right here is that this is the x-axis, and this is the y-axis. And we know that because it tells us that the vertex of all 4 of these parabolas is at 0, 0. So though the graphics are really difficult to see, please realize that that's what's trying to be shown here, is that the vertex is at 0, 0. So if we know that the vertex is at 0, 0, well, the distance up to the focus then, whatever that y value is right here, that's a positive value, so positive p, meaning the equation of our directrix, and that's what this line here is meant to show. The equation of that directrix, first off, it's y equals, because it's a horizontal line, it's equal to negative p. So whatever value p was to go up to the focus, that same amount has negative is down to where our equation of our directrix will be. Now the equation of the parabola itself, that is that same p-value is going to be used in this equation right here. So y is equal to 1 divided by 4 times p equals x squared, where p again is just the distance from the vertex to the focus. So the equations that you're familiar with, think of just y equals x squared. Think about how far away the focus must be from the vertex. And if we're going to be ending up with a coefficient of 1 right there, well, what would p need to be? Need to be 1/4, right? So if it's 1 divided by 4, and to make this whole value equal to 1, then whatever this p-value is needs to make this denominator equal to 1. So p would actually be 1/4. It's really, it's quite close. The focus is to the vertex. All right, so let's look at the rest of these. And again, the picture quality is unfortunately really poor on these. So we know that the vertex is at the origin just because that's given to us. And this time, the focus is below the vertex. So whatever y value this is, it's a negative number because it's down. So our directrix equation, again, a horizontal line, is going to be that many above. So y would be equal to that positive value. There would be your directrix, that same amount above. And again, our equation, just as you are fairly familiar with, if it's opening downward, it's got to be a negative number, which makes sense because this is a negative p-value this time. All right. Now we can also have parabolas opening to the left and to the right. Not too much different here, except for our x and y values are going to be switched. So here's our, that's the y-axis. Here's the x-axis, and again, the vertex is at the origin. Now, if the focus is p to the right, that means that the directrix is p to the left, is negative p, and it's x equals negative p this time because it's a vertical line. Same equation here, except for this time it's x equals 1 over 4p times y squared. And last one, though you probably got it at this point, here's our y-axis, here's our x-axis. The vertex is on the origin once again, meaning that this time the focus is to the left. If it's a negative p-value, and so whatever that distance is, and this one's really quite close, is that many to the right. So this time it's a x equals positive p-value, and again a vertical line. And our equation, it's opening to the left, so it's a negative this time because it's a negative p-value. And there we go. So hope that kind of just in its essence helps you out a little bit. All right.